Hey friendos, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt. We are back with some more Marvel Future Fight. We are back with our weekly roundup, so don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And let's get into it, because oh boy, this amazing sneak peek cannot wait. In fact, it's so amazing that we're not even going to bother going to the forums. We're not even going to bother unmuting it. We're just going to look at it here, because this is all it is. It's a very, very simple slideshow presentation mixed in with some very old school 2016 style fighting the mobs, which we usually see in a presentation video, but the rest of it is just absolute trash. Yeah, new uniform for Elektra, big deal. She's getting a tier 4 as well. That's pretty much all there is to say. So I'm not going to bother going in and talking about, oh, it says that she's this assassin, and well, they've even stopped calling her an assassin. They now call her a mercenary. So yeah, whatever. We're just going to ignore that. And let's get on to the main thing that's been happening this past week, and that is we finally gotten some information about the 10-year anniversary, which is nice because we've been waiting for ages, and it felt like we were kind of going around the houses on 10.8. I'm guessing Elektra is going to be 10.9, all by herself, all on her own, and then we're going to get into the 11.0 10-year anniversary, which, judging by when the film comes out, is looking like it's not going to be X-Men 97, but in fact it's probably more likely to be the Thunderbolts movie, which is disappointing, because yeah, that comes out on the 2nd of May, so literally 3 days after, or 4 days after the anniversary itself. So the big character could be a tier 5 sentry, or it could be a new uniform tier 4 sentry, but we'll get into that. So yeah, so we see there's a tier 4 giveaway, which is amazing. It'll probably just be the first like 8-10 characters. We've got the countdown check-in, which we're getting 10,000 crystals. We're just going to put a big asterisk by this for now, because none of us know if that's going to be a flat 10,000 crystals, if it's going to be 1,000 crystals for 10 days, or there's going to be some kind of caveat or catch. I know a lot of people are very sort of cautious about this because, well, let's face it, Marvel Future Fight haven't exactly had the best track record of being 100% transparent. So we will have to wait and see. Hopefully it will just be a flat 10,000 for every single player, in which case that would be amazing. We can all just go ahead and enjoy that. You can get yourselves a deluxe pack, you can get yourself some legendary battles, whatever you like. So we shall wait and see. And then we have just this fun little thing which we get every year as well, where you can view your mission logs, where you can put in your agent ID and then you can have a look. I know I saw Alex doing his on stream the other day, and oh wait a minute, did we not copy and paste? There we go, paste, thank you very much. Okay, so we'll paste ours in and we'll get our information up and see what we get. Okay, so you can see here our name, our oh, look, our registration date is a day before Alex's. Alex, I am your senpai now. It's not the other way around. Even though you started videos years before me, I started the game a day before you. Wow. And then you get just a bunch of whole things like honor zone. So we've got World Boss Annihilator. Moore's an actual enemy. I guess I must have fought him the most times. Veteran Combatant, Mythical Einherjar, Sanctum Master, Ally of the Sacred Rift, I guess that's Dimension Rifts, Defender of the Multiverse, that Multiverse Invasion, Survival Master. So it's just a whole bunch of things for like, I guess for like logging in, doing Otherworld Battle, World Boss missions, things like that. So you can see here, got the, yeah, Ebony Moore's Natural Enemy. So that obviously was the character that I've fought over the 10 years. I've fought him as World Boss the most times. Number of World Bosses defeated, 12,000. Again, ABX and ABL, I'll hold my hands up and say I'm not the most competitive or best player for those, so I rarely bother going all out, so that's why my score is probably a lot lower than most other people playing, but it is what it is. That's probably my Ghost Rider, I'd imagine. Dormammu, obviously him being the highest GBR boss that we have at the moment. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we only get a uniform for Sentry and no tier 5, we could see the Void turn up as a GBR boss. That would be pretty cool. I'm quietly confident we may be seeing something related to that. Oops. Nope. Keep it held vertically. Dimension Rift cleared, Multiverse Invasion battles had. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's nothing like massively amazing, but if you've been playing the game for like as long as some of us have, then these are just some pretty interesting, cool little stats. Attendance rate of 100% I was not expecting, so that's pretty awesome. And then the total numbers of crystals spent is an absurd amount, 427,000. Holy crap! That's a lot of uniforms and a lot of deluxe packs. I can't think what. Do you know what? Actually, I think over the past 12 months, most of my crystals have been spent more on boost point refreshing for doing GBR than actually on uniforms. Certainly in 2025, but we'll get to that. And then, yeah, you can download it and keep those records, which is just, it's just a nice extra little feature. They didn't have to do it, but they have done, so that's pretty cool. And then we have the web shop doing their daily gift draw, which continues on from what they started, I think, back in February with the Brave New World update. So nothing too major or new there, but it's just a nice little reminder to check in there once a day and get an extra little reward. Obviously, they want you whilst you're there to spend money, but there's no obligation to. Just go in, get your free stuff, and leave. So, let's get into this week's roundup proper, actually in game. And as you can see, there's not a lot happening. We have the rank battle. My Crescent is really, really severely underleveled. I've not even bought a single uniform for her, which is why she's here in her default look. And yet we're still in the top 25%. I'm surprised at that. It either just shows how many people either A, haven't got her, B, got her and just have left the game since then, or just haven't bothered to build her. Because for me, just to get her at a base level 80 without really putting any effort in is surprising. And then Ancient One, again, we didn't get the April Fool's uniform for her/him, depending on which uniform it is. But we have built them up because they're pretty good support character and leadership, so we have had use for them in the past. I haven't seen anything so far to suggest that it's actually worth going all the way to tier 4 with them. I haven't seen any footage around whether it's with the new or the old uniform. But that's going to kind of lead into the topic of today's video. I was debating doing a whole video on the last sort of year, from anniversary to anniversary, like year 10 of Marvel Future Fight, kind of grading it as a whole. And I was thinking, actually, do you know what? 2024, we had some really banger updates. If you think about it, when we got the the three really good uniforms, where we had Sentry, Thor, and Hulk all in one uniform, in one update. That was a really banger one. We had Deadpool and Wolverine. Admittedly, it was only a couple of characters, and then Cassandra Nova, but Deadpool, again, was pretty fun to play with, and Logan turned out to be really amazing. He's so much better for PvE now. Marginally worse for PvP, but pretty much around the same. And if I had, say, a Greed or something else on him, I would probably be rocking the Deadpool and Wolverine uniform. It's only because we went all in on PvP for Logan with his build, and obviously the Brilliant Authority, that we've kept him with the X-Deaths uniform instead of the Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine one. But apart from that, it wasn't, in hindsight, it wasn't that bad a year. We had the symbiote updates with Null, and all in all, it was pretty good. Unfortunately, as you can see, 2025, starting from kind of Christmas, New Year's, right through till now, has not been kind. You know, in previous years, we had like What If, Season 1 and 2. We didn't even get that this year. We didn't get anything for Season 3 of What If. We just went with Wastelanders, which was an interesting and not unwelcome. You know, those characters needed buffs, but Hawkeye and Bullseye didn't really arrive at the level we were kind of thinking or hoping that they would do, which is a shame. They could have given something to Kate Bishop as well. There's other characters from those like comic runs that they could have thrown in, but we just got those two. Then, after a long wait, we got the mid-months, where we got Star-Lord and Gamora. And again, Gamora already had her tier 4. I think Star-Lord, I can't remember if he already had his tier 4 or not. But again, they're characters who, you know, could have had something good, but they just didn't get it. Then we get to February, we get the Brave New World. Cap gets his tier 4 and his new uniform, and it wasn't that good. Leader, sure, it's great to have a new character, but at tier 3, let's not lie, we don't need any new tier 3s if there's no content for them to go in. What we need is tier 4s. Red Hulk, we thought he might get a tier 4, but sadly no. I didn't even get his uniform, again, which you can see is a recurring theme here. There are so many characters we didn't get tiers for, but we also didn't even bother getting the uniform for. We got Kingpins, and we got Daredevils, and Black Widows, and that's pretty much it. And that's a really sad state of affairs. So yeah, all Red Hulk got was his Transcendence with She-Hulk. They could have done a lot more. They could have at least given She-Hulk a uniform. He didn't have to be related to the movie. But again, that's another common theme that we seem to be getting. Same with Misty Knight. She got a new uniform, new Transcendence, but no uniform. And White Tiger. The only reason I think that we even got a uniform for White Tiger is because the original White Tiger here, the new Avengers one, is the female version. And I think if we'd have got Hector to start with, we probably wouldn't have even got a new uniform for him for Daredevil show. We probably would have just got the Transcendence, and that would have been it. So I guess we're lucky, question mark, that it was the female version, his relative cousin or niece or whoever it is, daughter, I can't remember. So yeah, as you can see, it's another uniform that we didn't get, and probably I don't even know if we will, unless we just go on a massive splurge cutting the anniversary with those 10k crystals. I think it's safe to say a lot of these characters we will not be getting the uniforms for, or I won't be getting the uniforms for. Bucky, he got his combat and his tier 4. Again, I think it's safe to say we all know that similar to Miles Morales, it's only going to be a matter of time before the Thunderbolts movie drops at the anniversary, and he'll be getting a new uniform for that, I'd imagine. And yeah, you can see here we have a bulk of speed types, and that's not going away anytime soon because we know we get an Elektra next week. And then, like I say, in a couple of weeks' time, the Thunderbolts movie is going to drop. They're going to start all the promotional stuff for them, and that probably means that the anniversary update will be Thunderbolts. So Elektra, whether she's PvE or PvP, I'd imagine she's going to be a hybrid character, and then come the Thunderbolts movie, we're going to get a PvE Bucky and then a PvP Elena, because that's what she was geared towards when the Black Widow movie came out, when she was first introduced. So whilst we already have a Black Widow and a Gamora, neither of them were particularly strong with their tier 4s, so I'm not holding out much hope for Yelena, although I'd love to be proven wrong. So anytime you want to do that, please, at Marvel. So yeah, I think the main thing that we're probably going to get is probably going to be Sentry. What they're going to do for him, we don't know. Whether they just give him a movie uniform, which pretty much stays the same as this and just bumps up a couple of things by 5%. They could go the Thanos route, where we had Farmer Thanos, who was more PvE, and then we had this God Thanos, who's like the PvP version. That would be interesting. It would be nice to see that. So this current Sentry could be really strong for PvP. Then we get the Bob Thunderbolts movie uniform, which is strong for PvE. I also get the sneaking suspicion we could be seeing something to do with the Void coming in and being a new GBR boss. It's just a suspicion at the moment, but who knows? They might surprise us and go straight in on tier 5, which is worrying. I know that we all say that it's coming soon or coming this year, but if that's the case, why has this year been so full of crap trash tier 4s we don't need to tier 4? Where are all the good characters? Look at how many native tier 2s we've still got to do. Kang, Dormammu, Gore, Black Swan, the entire Black Order, apart from Ebony, are waiting. And yet all we've had is trash ones who are literally just taken up room. It feels like we're going through these just to get them done. But if that's the case, at least start with the good ones first. I really don't understand what this roadmap is at the moment for Marvel Future Fight, and it would be great if when we get the live stream and hopefully the dev letter, the notice of appreciation that we usually get, they explain their thinking, because so far This year has probably been, what, 2 out of 10 at best? If I'm being generous, I could say 3 out of 10. Because there have been a couple of, like, you know, new, like, things that we've had in-game pop up in terms of, like, events and missions to do. No new game content so far, so here's hoping that we get that. Obviously, even now with the pre-anniversary stuff, it's just a check-in thing. There's no event quests or anything. So yeah, it's been a very, very slow year so far. Probably one of the worst on records. Certainly since like maybe 2017. Oh my god! And you know what? I've forgotten. All these characters. I know people are going to be screaming at me in the comments. I actually forgot that there was another character who came in, which is Magic. Oh geez, that shows how slow this year has been, is that I forgot all about her. And I know Alex loves to glaze her, and I know other people love to glaze her, but come on. A character just for Alliance Conquest and Otherworld Battle? That's not good enough. That's not where we're at, surely. If she's the best that we've had the whole year so far, someone who's marginally better than other people for niche content? Nah, get out of here with that. We need a shift in the meta, and hopefully it comes soon. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.
We await your return, warrior.